Former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion, the notorious Conor McGregor, is back in the news again, and it's heavy. It's heavy. Dana White says Conor McGregor is going to be fighting at the White House, June 2026. Conor McGregor says it's his event, and he actually picked his opponent yesterday. He said he's going to be fighting Michael Chandler, June, White House, headlining the UFC event. Oh my. Dana White supports it. Conor McGregor says it's his event. He's going to choose his opponent. He's getting in shape. He's in the the UFC testing poll. USADA was a couple years ago. He's in the UFC anti-doping testing pool. He's ready to go. Conor McGregor is fighting again, and it's hard for me to say, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. John Jones wanted to headline that event. Johnny Bones Jones, the GOAT, former UFC light heavyweight champion, former UFC heavyweight champion. He wanted to headline the event, but Dana White shut it down. He said, no, I can't trust you, man. I can't trust you, Johnny Bones. After the 15 plus years we've been through it, I've had enough. Dana White shuts it down. But here's the thing. John Jones's former foe, arch nemesis, the most heated rivalry for forever I can remember at light heavyweight, Daniel Cormier, says this yesterday. He said on his YouTube channel, I think you should give Johnny Bones a shot. I think you should put something in the contract, a stipulation, where John Jones gets to fight on the White House card, but certain things are in his contract where he has to show up and he can't give you a hard time. That's Daniel Cormier wanting to see Johnny Bones Jones back in the UFC octagon. And guess what? I'm right with him. Well said, DC. Daniel Cormier. I'm impressed. I'm kind of shocked, but I'm impressed. And I agree. Johnny Bones Jones and Conor McGregor need to be on a fight card before it's all said and done. They were supposed to do this years ago. I believe when Jake Gyllenhaal did that promo for the UFC, for the movie, I think it was Roadhouse, you had John Jones and Conor McGregor on stage, and they actually said it. They want to headline an event together. They've done so many events together, but they've never main and co-mained a fight card. So this is going to be the one. You guys think Johnny Bones should get another shot? I do. He's done so much for the MMA community. He's put on some shows. We can watch his fights for the rest of our lives. We can show our kids his fights. Yeah, he's kind of like the Mike Tyson. Gets in trouble, makes mistakes, but I think we should give him another shot. Definitely. Check this out. Israel Adesanya's head coach, Eugene Behrman, says he's got 2 left in him. What was the exact quote? He's got a couple left in him. So it looks like we're going to see the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, fight again. I could see it now. Conor McGregor, John Jones, Israel Adesanya, UFC White House. There's more coming. You might see Rory McDonald versus Robbie Lawler 3. Rory McDonald went on the Jackson podcast and said, I'd like to fight Robbie one more time at the White House. How about that? Charles Oliveira, du Bronx, calls out all the lightweights after Rafael Fiziev had to pull out of his fight at UFC Rio. In case you missed it, on Friday night, Rafael Fiziev pulled out of his fight, the UFC Rio card versus Charles Oliveira. Now Oliveira is looking for an opponent, and Oliveira calls out all the lightweights. I'll read you his quote. Here's what du Bronx had to say. All right. It's not a good look. I saw one saying this, another saying that. But when the UFC calls, what do they say? Oh, I can't. I got a bellyache. I broke a finger. It's a bad look. That's Du Bronx. That's Du Bronx. He's not happy. How about this? Arman Sarukian, last Friday night, submitted Benson Henderson. I mean, he was a side choke. Put him to sleep in Russia at a grappling event. What about Arman Sarukian? He's ready. 5-rounder, Charles Oliveira. Arman wins, give him a title shot. I don't know. Probably not a good idea, but something to think about. Former UFC middleweight and light heavyweight champion Poatan Chama Alex Pereira hopped on the scales. 234 pounds. Oh my. Now he's got 13 days to cut 19 pounds, right? Yeah, he's got to get down to 205 on the nose. So he's got 13 days. He can do it. He can do it. The UFC White House event is amazing. I've seen the rendering from Dana White. It's incredible. We'll drop the pictures in this video. The rendering, what it's going to look like, is incredible. Dana White is putting on an absolute show. It looks like something from Disney World, Disneyland, you know, the fireworks and the scene. It's incredible. We'll drop the pictures here. In case you missed it, Friday night, Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, was arrested. The police went up to his house in California, his apartment. I think it was on the 3rd floor. Put him in cuffs. No issues. They probably knew it was coming. Brought him to the police station. He paid his $50,000 bail and he went back home. Raja Jackson was booked, fingerprinted, and released. His lawyer, his counsel, bailed him out. And most likely there'll be a court date, probably next year. And he'll stay, you know, out on bail until there's a court date, and then they'll come up with some charges. And my guess is he'll do some community service. He'll do some anger management. They'll drop it down to a misdemeanor, and maybe it'll just get off his record in a year or two. A good standing. I don't know Raja's past, right? But if he has other charges, it would make it harder to get such a sweet deal. But if he's never been in trouble, or he's had like a traffic violation or something minor, I'm not an attorney, but you know, I know a few things about a few things. Yeah, I've been in trouble a few times, maybe. Nah, I've known some people that got in trouble. Help them out. So yeah, Raja Jackson got arrested, and he's out. Rampage is his father had a big event, an MMA event, last night on his Kick channel. And that's it. Life goes on, right? He's probably going to get punished. He's probably going to face some fines, probably have to pay some money. And there you go. So we covered Conor McGregor and UFC Perth this weekend. Let's run it. Let's run down UFC Perth. We can't forget about UFC Perth. Very excited about this one. Let's start the main event, guys. Let's not go to the bottom. Let's go to the top. You got Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic the Dominator Reyes. Main event. And then you got Jack Jenkins versus Ramon Tavares. That is your co-main. You got Jimmy Crute versus Ivan Erslan. And then you got Jake Matthews versus Neil Magny. That's going to be a banger. Tom Nolan versus Charlie Campbell. Justin Tafa versus Louis Sutherland. And then we've got, it's a 14 piece, man. It's 14 fights. Navajo Sterling returns against Rodolfo Bellato. Could be interesting. Loma Lookabone Moan Me. Loma Lookbone Mama. I don't know. Loma versus Alexa. Jonathan McAuliffe versus Oban Elliott returns. Look at Oban Elliott is ready to get his dub. Cameron Browston versus Andre Petrowski. Colby Thickness versus Josias Musasa. Jamie Malarkey versus Rolando Bedoya. The women, Michelle Montango versus Luana Carolina. And heavyweight bout, Brandon Perichak versus Alicia Ellison. You got 14 fights. UFC Perth. It's going to be an early fight night. It's probably going to be like a noon on Saturday. That's it. We had no fights this weekend. We made it through. It's no big deal, right? Everybody got some rest, had some fun, and we're back, baby. I'm Chris, MMA Uncensored, MMA Pat, Combat Sports News. I do a lot of stuff. And have a great day, and we'll see you on Friday. We'll do our picks on Friday, and we'll talk some more MMA news. If something pops off, we'll go live on this YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's getting hot.